Okay, listen up. If you've been frantically scraping together 1.5 lakh rupees every single January just to save on taxes, I have some massive news for you. For the vast majority of us, that specific tax-saving strategy, it is officially dead, gone. But hey, don't panic. Seriously, don't panic. Because if we actually reframe this change, it is literally your biggest wealth-building opportunity right now. So today, in this explainer, we're going to look exactly at how you can weaponize that newly freed-up cash.
I mean, think about it. For over 15 years, millions of us have shared this deeply conditioned financial reflex, right? The calendar hits January, your HR department sends out that intimidating submit your proofs email, and you just instantly dump 1.5 lakh rupees into some random investment just to get it over with. Check the box and you're done. We did it completely blindly year after year after year.
But here's the kicker. Under the current tax rules, that automatic reflex is largely completely irrelevant for your taxes. So the $1 million, or rather the 1.5 lakh rupee question is, where should this money actually go now? Okay, let's dive into this by first understanding what exactly we are leaving behind.
Section 1. What was Section 80C? The tax-saving math.
So for well over a decade, taxpayers absolutely loved this section because it directly lowered your taxable income by up to 150,000 rupees. And here is the exact math on why everyone was so obsessed with it. If you were a taxpayer sitting in the 30% bracket, maxing out that deduction meant saving exactly $46,800 in taxes every single year. I mean, that is a serious chunk of change.
And to get our hands on that deduction, we aggressively funded these classic, kind of nostalgic instruments. You know the ones: ELSS mutual funds, the Public Provident Fund, traditional LIC policies, those rigid 5-year lock-in tax-saving FDs, and even your home loan principal. We essentially forced our money into these very specific buckets purely to claim that deduction.
Which brings us to Section 2, the new reality, and why it's gone. Fast forward to financial year 2025-26, and the new tax regime is the default. So most employers are automatically deducting your tax under this new system right now. Look, under the old regime, you had higher tax rates, but you got lots of deductions. Under the new regime, almost all of those deductions, including our beloved 80C, are completely wiped out, but in exchange, you get significantly lower tax slabs. For most salaried individuals earning up to, say, 12 to 15 lakh rupees, this new math actually results in less tax overall. And you know, it's not totally ruthless. There are still a few surviving perks under this new regime. You absolutely still get a standard deduction of 75,000 rupees. Plus, if your income sits at or below 12 lakh rupees, the Section 87A rebate steps in, meaning you effectively pay zero tax, which is pretty great. Now for the exciting part, Section 3, the 1.5 lakh playbook and 5 smarter alternatives. We are totally reframing that 1.5 lakh rupees today. It is no longer a boring tax-saving chore. It is unrestricted, pure investment capital. So, option 1 on our list is direct equity and index funds. Think about it. ELSS mutual funds only had that 3-year lock-in because of the 80C tax break. Without the tax break, that lock-in is just an annoying constraint. Now, a simple Nifty 50 or Nifty 500 index fund gives you the exact same fantastic equity exposure, but with mathematically superior flexibility.
Now, what's really interesting about this next number is option 2, the PPF, which currently yields about 7.1%. Now, a lot of people are asking, hey, should I just ditch my PPF? Absolutely not. You keep it, for sure. But you keep it for entirely different reasons. It still holds its magic EE status, meaning your contributions, the interest, and the maturity amount are all completely tax-free. So it's no longer for saving income tax up front, it's just a brilliant risk-free debt instrument for pure wealth preservation.
Moving on to option 3, which reveals the one major deduction that actually still works in the new regime, and that is Section 80CCD2. This little beauty allows a deduction for employer contributions to your national pension system, up to 10% of your basic salary. Listen, if you are salaried, you literally need to go to your HR tomorrow and negotiate routing part of your CTC directly into this. It is an incredibly powerful tool. Option 4 is absolutely perfect if you have short-term financial goals. If you know you're going to need this 1.5 lakh rupees in under 3 years, say for a wedding, buying a car, or just beefing up an emergency fund, redirect it into high-yield liquid funds or arbitrage funds. You have total freedom now, so you can actually match the investment directly to your timeline.
And finally, option 5, increase your home loan prepayment. Under the new regime, the Section 24B deduction for home loan interest on a self-occupied property, Yeah, that's gone too. So, instead of just paying your regular EMIs, taking that freed up 1.5 lakh rupees and aggressively prepaying your principal mathematically reduces your total interest burden so much faster than before.
All right, let's look at Section 4, Common Mistakes and what you need to avoid right now.
Whenever there's a massive systemic shift like this, people inevitably fall into dangerous behavioral traps. And the first massive mistake we're seeing is folks just stopping their investments because the ADC deduction doesn't apply anymore. Look, the tax deduction was always just a nice little bonus. The core purpose of investing was always to compound your wealth over time. Please, whatever you do, don't stop investing just because the government changed the tax rules.
The second mistake is buying traditional endowment or LIC policies purely out of historical habit. The harsh reality here is that these traditional policies often yield a really poor 4 to 5% return. Now that you don't actually need them to claim ADC, buying pure term insurance for protection and investing the rest of your money in mutual funds is a far, far smarter mathematical move.
A third mistake to watch out for is not declaring your regime early to your employer. The reality is TDS is deducted all year long under that default new regime. If you've run your own numbers and you genuinely want to stick with the old regime, you have got to declare it early. Oh, and a very quick side note, for our non-resident Indian viewers, FEMA restrictions and ITR rules are a completely different ballgame for you, which we are absolutely going to cover in a future update.
Bringing us to Section 5, the final verdict and next steps.
So, the chore of scrambling to save tax with that specific 1.5 lakh rupees? It's officially dead. But your era of unrestricted, optimal wealth creation is quite literally just beginning. So, I want to leave you with this question to think about. Are you still putting your hard-earned money into ELSS or traditional insurance purely out of habit? Drop down into the comments right now and let me know why or why not. I would love to hear your logic now that the rules have completely changed.
If this explainer cleared up the new regime confusion for you, please share it with a friend who might still be trapped in those old tax-saving habits. And make sure you're subscribed because our next explainer, where we break down the crucial July 31 ITR filing deadline, is coming up real fast. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.